In this video, we're going to learn about how to get input from a user. To do this, we're going to need some commands that are defined in the IOStream header file. So I've pound included IOStream. We want to use those commands directly, so I've added using namespace standard. The command that we're going to use is cin, stands for console in. So it's kind of like cout, but cout is where we put output from the program to the console. Cin is where we get input from the console to the program. Cin is followed by a new operator called the extraction operator. Two greater than signs side by side, no space. So it says go to the console, get a value, extract a value, and store it in, and here's where we're going to put a place to store that value. So we're going to get it from the console and store it. What do we have for storage locations? We have variables. So I need a variable that can store a value, and then I put that there. I say, okay, go get a value from the console and store it in age. If I run this program now, I just get an empty console and the flashing blinking light. Now, to a user, they don't know what that means. Whether that means the program is broken, whether it's still trying to load, whether it's waiting for something, doesn't have any idea what's happening. What's happening is the program is waiting for something to be entered in the console so that it can gather it and store it in age, and it will sit there and wait until that happens. But we need to be able to tell the user what we're waiting for. So whenever you want input, so the user is not confused, you want to always ask for it so they know what you expect. Enter your age. All right, so there I simply have asked for them to enter. I've told them what I'm looking for. Now when they see it and that blinking light, they go, oh, it's waiting for me to enter an age, so they enter 5, enter, and that's how we get the age. Now that we have this value that we can do something with it. So we can print it out. Now when we run it, if they enter 7, that value is stored and we can print out your age is 7. If we run it again, a different user might enter 11. And this way our program becomes responsive to the user. There are some things you want to be careful of. Let's also get the gender, and I'm going to just get an F or an M. So I don't need to, all I need is a single character. So enter your age and gender, M or F, and I'm just going to tell them what I'm expecting for gender because they might think I need the whole word. And I can get more than one thing. And again, all I have to use is a second extraction operator. So now I'm going to say enter your age and gender, and I'm going to wait and get 2 things. So now when I run it, it's sitting there waiting. I enter 5, and it doesn't do anything. Now it's still waiting for the other one. I need to enter gender as well. So I enter gender, and now it's done. So now I should have 2 values. So your gender is so let's see if we can do that. So they enter a 5 and an F. Your age is 5 years old. Your gender is F. So that worked. Now watch what kind of problem can arise from using one input statement to get 2 values. So it says enter your age and gender. So I'm just a user, and it's like, okay, well, I am a female and I'm 5. Oh, that did not work so well. This has to do with order, and order is really, really important. Notice that the user didn't care about order. They didn't care whether they added 5 and then an F or whether they added F and then a 5. That didn't matter to the user, but it does matter to the program. It absolutely works in order. The first thing it gets, it's going to try to put in age. The second thing that it gets, it tries to put in gender. So when that user entered an F first, it tried to put that F in an integer location. It didn't work so well, right? It didn't give it the value that we expected. And so order becomes really important. And whenever that's the case, whenever there's a possibility that the user will get them out of order, you do not want to do them in a single CN statement. So it would be better then to back up and do it this way, where you get them one at a time, where you say, okay, enter your age, and then you ask them to enter your gender, and use two separate CN statements. And that way there's no way for them to get confused, right? Because, oh, they want my age, I'm going to enter a 5. They want my gender, they're going to get an F. Notice how it looks like I would like a space there. That's in my input prompt, right, that I forgot to put a space. So I simply put a space in there, and then it will look nicer. Enter your age, a 5. Enter your gender, a male. Your age is 5 years old. Your gender is M. And that's how you get things. So remember the details when you want to get a value from the user. First, you need a place to store it. That means you need to define a variable that can store that value. Then you need to ask the user for it. That's simply to print out an input prompt. Somehow ask the user for the value you need, and then you use a CN statement to gather the value from the console and store it in that variable.